Good morning everybody and welcome to Strasbourg.
Got here yesterday. We came from Paris. We took a train ride. It was so comfortable, so easy to get here. When we were walking up to our Airbnb, we're staying in the old town. It made us so excited to be in Strasbourg because it is beautiful. It has a very different feel than Paris just because Strasbourg is on the French and German border, so it has a lot of German influence. We'll show you a little bit more of that today, but the half-timbered houses are so cute. It feels like a fairy tale. We're so excited to be here.
The architecture here is absolutely phenomenal, but we are so excited to get to it, so let's go see more of Strasbourg.
We just came down the street from our Airbnb, and this is what we see. It feels like a fairy tale. That's what it feels like. I love it. Whenever I see houses like this, I'm like, I can't believe people actually live in houses like this.
Anna and I have always loved exploring a city in the morning. There's just something so magical and beautiful about being out in the city and really just experiencing it when there's hardly anybody around, when the light is just so beautiful on these buildings, and it's phenomenal.
In awe right now because it is so beautiful. This area, Alsace is what it's called, is the region. It has a really cool history. It's right on the border of France and Germany. It's kind of like gone back and forth. So it was an independent state for a long time. And then King Louis XIV of France actually conquered it. Germany took it back in the 1800s, I think it was. And then France took it again at the beginning of World War I. And then Germany occupied it again in World War II. And now it's part of France again. But it's just kind of been passed back and forth for centuries. For that reason, it has a really unique feel. You have all these beautiful elements of Germany with the architecture. French is spoken here, and there's a French feel to it too. In fact, this area that we're in, Old Town, is called Petite France or Little France. Anyways, it's a really cool history and it's so beautiful.
Well said.
Good idea. I don't know what it is about France, but me and Cosette feel like this is where we belong. Right, Tay?
You definitely
Basically,
feel like you belong here.
What I'm saying is we want to move to France. I want to move to France. Cosette's on board. Right now I am standing on the street that our Airbnb is on. It is so pretty. Ours is that orange building. We're on the second floor. I don't know if we realized what a great location our Airbnb was in when we booked it. We knew we were in Old Town, but like it's just a really good spot. And our Airbnb host, we met him yesterday, is so nice. So anyways, I will link the Airbnb we stayed in. It was a really great deal. So you can find that down below. How you doing?
This place is so pretty.
I know, look at our cute orange building.
I know.
It's adorable.
It's absolutely idyllic.
And look at that.
There are windows, it's crazy.
I know, I just showed them. This restaurant next to it, our host recommended we eat here. It's it's kind of a splurge. Tomorrow is Taylor's birthday.
So splurge is kind of mean that we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, so we probably aren't gonna eat there still because it's pretty expensive. But we are gonna go somewhere for dinner.
Yeah.
For Taylor's birthday.
Well, the thing is, I always try to avoid tourist traps. When you're walking around in these kind of places, you're doing great, babe. It's heavy camera. I always try to avoid them just because the food isn't as good.
Yeah, and it's more expensive.
But he did say that there are a lot of good places in Colmar just because it's not as like...
Well, and our Airbnb host actually said, he said most of the places around here are a little bit more touristy and so not great, but that particular restaurant is really
you're
good.
Handsome.
So we still probably won't go to it. But if you're in the area, our French Airbnb host recommended it.
There's a bird.
There's a bird. Go get it. Ready, set, go. You gonna go get those birds, Betty? I talked a little bit about this on YouTube, or sorry, on Instagram, but not on YouTube. But Taylor and I had COVID back in January, and that's more than 6 months ago now. But he has long COVID, so he's been dealing with the effects of having COVID for months. So sometimes because of that, he has to sit down and rest, and we can't go at the pace that we normally would, which we can't anyway with kids, but we definitely have to keep his health in mind. Fatigue is one of the main symptoms that he feels, so he gets really tired. So we just kind of take it easy, and he takes rest when he needs to. And it's a bummer that he's still feeling bad, but we're hopeful that soon he'll start to feel better.
Now we're headed over to the main square to see the cathedral and all the other special places that Strasbourg has to offer.
Wow.
Off guard.
Me too. It is
This is
so
massive.
big. I can't, it hurts to look at it. Can you imagine having to build it and being up that high?
Yeah.
That is massive.
One of the cool facts about the cathedral here in Strasbourg is it was finished construction in the 14th century, which is just mind-blowing when you think about it, that it was that old. I mean, here we are in...
Our country isn't even that old.
Yeah, our country's not even that old. Megan's boyfriend Marcus said that this is the oldest Gothic cathedral in Europe or something like that. So take that for what it is. If we need any correction on the facts that were stated, here they are.
Je t'appelle le garçon.
Merci.
Petite fille. Bonne continuation avec votre petite.
Au revoir.
That right there is one of the reasons I love traveling with a baby, because people love to come up and interact with her and see her. Obviously, I don't speak French. I took a year of French in college. I know just enough to sometimes know what they're saying. This place you're going, I recommend learning some basic phrases. Please, thank you. Helps you to connect better with people.
This is all non-factual speculation, but I think that they were gonna originally build 2 spires on this cathedral, but then they realized that that's way too hard, and they just finished 1. But there's like an obvious place where the 2nd spire would go.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
I think your theory makes a
original
lot of
plan
sense.
was to build 2 spires, but then there's like, no, this was exhausting.
It's separately though, but I want that.
Voilà, alors 6,50 € en carte.
Merci. This croissant has chocolate and nuts, I think, if I understood the French right. I mean, it's amazing, of course. This is what my sister got.
Then this is what my sister got. Bite.
That's really good. That's so good. Wow. After walking around the beautiful, beautiful part of Strasbourg, Petite France, and the cathedral, we just kind of explored a little bit. We did some shopping. There's some great shopping here. We went to Zara, got some clothes for the kids because we needed some, and of course stopped by the bakery because France, that's what you do. But we were so tired by that point because we'd gotten up so early. So we went in and took a nap, at least. Taylor took a nap, Coco took a nap, and I tried to get Emmett to take a nap, and he didn't, but we rested, sort of. That's what I mean by nap. And then we made dinner, we grabbed some stuff for stir fry at the grocery store. I made stir fry, and just kind of had a nice evening in because we were still tired from jet lag and Paris. So it was a really fun day here in Strasbourg.